The alien woman whose life I once saved. Returned with a gift from me, Jack Miller, wiped the sweat from his forehead as he worked on the damaged engine of his small cargo ship, floating near Mars Station. 3 years ago, he had been just another mechanic, trying to make a living in the outer colonies. Now he stared at the stars, wondering if she would ever return. 3 years earlier, Jack had been doing routine maintenance on the station when alarms started blaring. A small alien craft had crashed into the docking bay. Everyone ran away in fear, but Jack ran toward the wreckage. Inside, he found her. She was unlike anything humans had ever seen. Her skin shimmered like liquid silver, and her eyes held 3 pupils that moved independently. She was badly hurt with blue blood leaking from wounds across her body. Most people would have called security, but Jack saw a living being who needed help. He carried her to his workshop and locked the door. Using his basic medical supplies, he cleaned her wounds and bandaged them as best he could. She remained unconscious for 2 days. Jack stayed by her side, bringing water and trying different foods until he found she could digest simple proteins. When she finally woke, her 3 pupils focused on him all at once. She made soft clicking sounds that he couldn't understand, but her hand touched his and he felt gratitude without words. She was weak, but alive. Over the next weeks, Jack hid her in his workshop while she healed. They developed a simple communication system using gestures and drawings. She showed him she was called Lyra in her language, and that she was an explorer who had gotten lost in a cosmic storm. Jack learned that Lyra's people were called the Luminants, and they lived in a distant galaxy. They were peaceful beings who traveled between stars seeking knowledge. Her ship had been damaged and pulled into our solar system by accident. As Lyra grew stronger, their friendship deepened. She helped Jack fix machines with her advanced knowledge, teaching him principles of engineering humans hadn't discovered yet. In return, Jack showed her human culture, sharing his music and stories. The day came when Lyra's ship was repaired. She had to leave before human authorities discovered her. Standing in the workshop, she placed a small crystal in Jack's palm. It glowed with soft warmth. She pointed to the stars, then to her heart, then to Jack. The message was clear. She would remember him always. With tears in his eyes, Jack watched her ship disappear into the darkness of space. Now 3 years later, Jack often looked at that crystal. It had never stopped glowing. He wondered if he would ever see his friend again. One night, as Jack worked alone in his new repair shop on Mars, a familiar hum filled the air. His heart raced as a ship materialized outside, unlike anything in the human fleet. The door opened and Lyra stepped out. But she wasn't alone. Behind her walked a smaller figure with the same silver skin and triple pupils. The child ran forward and hugged Jack's leg, making happy clicking sounds. Lyra approached with a gentle smile, her hand touching her heart, then pointing to the child, then to Jack. The meaning hit him like a meteor. She was showing him her daughter, but more than that, she was showing him the impact he had made. The child wore a small necklace with a crystal identical to his Lyra, pulled out a device, and suddenly Jack could understand her words in his mind. "Thank you, friend Jack," she said. "Your kindness saved not just my life, but my future. This is Luna, my daughter. I named her after your moon, because that is where hope was born." Jack knelt down, and Luna touched his face with tiny silver fingers. She giggled, a sound like wind chimes. Her 3 pupils studied him with curiosity and joy. "We brought you something," Lyra continued. She gestured to her ship and a panel opened. Inside was technology beyond human imagination, medical devices that could cure any disease, energy sources that would never run out, seeds for plants that could grow in any environment. "This is our gift," Lyra said. "But it comes with a choice. You can share this with your people and change your world. Or you can come with us and see the universe." Jack looked at the gifts, then at Luna, who was now playing with his tools. He thought about his lonely life, fixing ships and watching stars. He thought about the fear in people's eyes when they first saw Lyra's crashed ship. "What about my people?" Jack asked. "They might not be ready. Lyra smiled. Change starts with one person, Jack. You taught me that. When you saved me, you chose compassion over fear. That choice rippled across galaxies. Now my daughter knows that kindness exists between different beings. Luna tugged on Jack's sleeve and showed him a drawing she had made. It was stick figures of different shapes and colors, all holding hands under a sky full of stars. At the bottom she had drawn Earth and her home planet, connected by a bridge of light. The choice is yours, Lyra said. But know that whatever you decide, you change the universe by saving a stranger. You showed me that humans are ready for the stars even if they don't know it yet. Jack stood up and looked at his workshop, then at the endless space. Beyond he picked up Luna, who wrapped her small arms around his neck. Then he turned to Lyra with his decision clear in his eyes. The universe was vast and full of wonders, and it had started with a single act of kindness in a small workshop on Mars Station. The gift Lyra brought wasn't just technology. It was proof that compassion could bridge any gap between beings, no matter how different they seemed. As Jack made his choice, he realized the most valuable thing she had given him was hope. Hope that humanity's future among the stars would be bright. Hope that kindness would always find its way back to you. Hope that somewhere in the infinite darkness there were friends waiting to be found. The stars seemed to shine a little brighter that night, as if celebrating the reunion of friends who had proven that love and compassion knew no boundaries of species or space.